part
Alright.
of cooking is making
Now,
sure the ingredient
time to
absorb the
finally
flavors in the
start
dish.
this quest.
To that end, a chef must be able to wield a
Alright,
knife with the
so
same level of precision as a surgeon.
what's next? Wait. I wish they would do like a thing where they do like a no bushy like blitz for like a week. Like you can like if you fight a whole bunch of them within a time frame, like how much you fight, you get the drops. Mainly for the Nobushi. It mainly need to happen for the Nobushi. But it can be for any drop. It can be for any drop though. It's like they do it for like 4 or 5 different enemies you can pick from. Bushy, Saurians, Specters. I just say Ronin. The Ronin, the Samurai, the Ronin, the Ronin, the Saurians, the Specters, and any other 2 of the other things or whatever you want to pick. And then you can pick the drops that you want to get. 900. Hold up. Let me also not locked. Some of these I need to toss away. Some of these I need to check out. Put them in the storage. The strong. I forgot the name, but you know when you put the 5 stars in the thing, you get a new 5 stars and stuff. Put those in there. Chaska. What? Return to special story mode. You know, I never even started the quest. Yeah, I never started the quest. Head to collective of plenty. Yeah, the collective plenty agreed. So that's for next time. But let me go ahead and try to do this now. Got into store mode. Continue. Let me check something right quick.
Paralogism.
Paralogism. Paralogism.
Paralogism.
Piece of logical offensive reason, especially one that appears visually logical. Reason to believe it to be logical. Piece of logical offensive reason, especially one that appears sufficiently logical. What's the reason to believe it to be logical? Let me see something. Let me see if this is the start. If this is actually the official start.
In Albedo's defense, is it really that serious? Objection.
Not trying to spoil, I'm just trying to...
I allowed myself to be led by the whispers of the abyss. Surviving is tough. But taming the beast within is tougher.
Yes.
Oh, so it does start like
Quest.
that.
Agree. Let's read.
So it does start like
Nothing
that.
bad will happen if I touch this. Enter story mode.
Okay, yeah. So they did that on
Yes.
purpose. So they did it on purpose because it's gonna be a different scenario because the Windbloom decorations and stuff gonna be a whole separate entity. And okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay, I understand. I understand why it's like that. I understand why it's like that. Continue quest. So, wow, the city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful. I gotta let her say her next line, then I can play it.
Festival season means no commissions, which means no Mora. But Catherine's always looking out for us, so we should still drop by and say hello.
Sure, let's go. Hold up.
Wow,
There you go.
the city is all decked out. Oh, it's beautiful.
I don't know why I did that. I hear that people hate her voice. I think I got used to it. I think like maybe I probably did hate her voice at like some point, but I gotten used to it. 4 years, right? 5 years.
Festival season?
Wait, shut up. So let's go.
Greetings, traveler. Paimon.
Hey, Catherine. Still doing the whole no commissions during Windbloom thing?
In general, yes. The people of Mondstadt don't delegate their work to others this time of year. But... feel free to take a look around. I think you'll pick up on something unusual.
Take a look around, huh?
It's finally Windbloom. And here I am ruining everything.
You're a bit tired. No big deal. Give it some time. How about doing something fun tonight? We could take a stroll or go stargazing.
Stargazing? Like we'll find a spot. You know people start reserving places on Star Snatch Cliff the moment the sun goes down. Sorry, I'm just not in the mood. I should go.
Whoa! Something's off with Beatrice. She would never give up a chance to talk to Quinn. This is weird.
Oh, you're leaving? I can walk you home.
No, it's okay. Thank you. I just need some time to myself. Besides, there's still something I need to do. The truth is, Quinn, not long ago,
What is it? Is there something wrong?
Never mind. It's nothing. Actually, Quinn, I think we should stop seeing each other for now.
Huh? Wait, are you saying we can't be friends anymore? I thought we were best friends.
Did you see that? Beatrice ran off without looking back. Oh, we go adventuring in other nations for a bit, and one of Mondstadt's best friendship stories is already over?
Can't believe it. Maybe just working out the kinks.
So, is this what usual, Catherine?
This is just one example. Beatrice has been feeling down for days. But that's not all.
Oh, it's the honorary knight in Paimon.
Is something wrong? You don't look so good.
I know a knight should be stronger than this, but I haven't been feeling right lately. I just can't focus. I started sleepwalking out of nowhere. Sometimes I'd even wake up in the middle of the night standing in a random location outside.
You should see a doctor.
I did, but all the tests came back normal. The doctor said I'm fine. Yeah, I even consulted Miss Barbara at the church, but her conclusion was the same. In any case, she was kind enough to pray to Lord Barbados for me to get better. Is it because I saw something I wasn't meant to see? Sorry, this is for me to figure out. It is Windbloom after all. Anyway, I have patrol to finish. Until next time, you two.
Huh. Is it something in the air, maybe?
It appears Miss Donna is also out of sorts.
Where can I find a truly fascinating man?
Wait, but Donna is the one who has a huge crush on Diluc, right?
That's what I thought too. But she seems to have changed her mind.
Is that Captain Kaya? Huh. Now that I look at him, he's exactly my type. How come I never felt this way before?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Everything's flipped upside down. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no. Wait. No, no, no. Hold up. Be right back. There was no audio, was there? Nope. I'm flattered, Miss Donna. Although, I do wonder whether that was intended for outside ears.
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm sorry, Captain. Just pretend I didn't say anything. And, have a happy Windbloom.
I'm intending to, my dear, but first a question, if you don't mind. Why the sudden change of heart? I was under the impression Master Diluc was the object of your affections.
Good question, Kaya.
So, you knew about that? Well, Master Diluc came into the city not too long ago, but when I saw him, it was like the butterflies just weren't there anymore. If I had to compare it to something, it would be like waking up and realizing you're married to a man you don't love.
Oof. That's harsh.
But then I saw you, and it wasn't that something was different about you. I can't really explain it. It was just a feeling.
Lol. I understand, and I'm flattered I was able to bring back the butterflies, but I do need to see to some business, so I take my leave.
Oh, here he comes. Well, surprised to see us?
Not at all. You are the exact two people I've been trying to find. So, Sora, Paimon, how have you been? Oh, good. How about yourself? And the rest of the Knights of Favonius? The answer to that requires a private conversation. Catherine, do you mind?
Not at all. Have fun, you three.
So, you said you were looking for us.
Yes, Jean sent me to find you when she heard you were back in Mondstadt, but let's discuss the finer details back at headquarters. Oh, wow. Paralogism. I would still say paralogism.
I'd be grateful if you could keep an eye on things during the festival.
Cool. Again, be right back, be right back. I don't sound but. I did that by mistake. Be right back. Oh, you're back. Back again. Boop. Small house. I did not mean to boot out. I was trying to like pause the game so so you will be hearing the same dialogue for a whole 10 minutes. Hey guys.
Ah, Kaya. You found them.
Kaya's not voiced. It's like, yep, I managed to track them down.
Good. With what's about to happen, it's great to have you in town.
Whoa, headquarters are packed. What's going on?
Honorary Knight Paimon. Oh, it's an honor to meet you. I believe introductions are in order?
Allow me. You have Note, Captain of the Second Company, Skiron, Captain of the Third Company, Eula, Captain of the Fourth Company, and me, of course, Captain of the Ninth Company.
Oh, you're all captains?
That's right. Master Jean is waiting for you inside. She'll explain everything.
Interesting.
Jean!
Hey, Jean. Sure, Paimon. Thank you for coming. Is everything alright? There are tons of people outside. Ah, yes, that would be the captains. 0 out of 10. Game is trash. No voices. Anyway, you know a few of them already, but I'm sure there are some new faces. There have been a number of incidents in Mondstadt. In order to wrap up the case, I gathered all the captains of National Volunteers together to hold a trial.
A trial? But this is Mondstadt, not Fontaine.
I can understand the confusion. You never participated in one of our trials before. In truth, you haven't had to conduct one in quite some time. National Volunteers oversee most matters of law and order in Mondstadt. Of course, the interest of fairness, major cases are in the interest of fairness, the major cases are tried jointly with the church. On the guidance of Barbados, the Knights uphold chivalric justice. In the spirit of our order, the church carries blessings and goodwill wherever the wind can reach. In today's case, there's a joint trial by both parties.
Which means it's a serious one. So, do you need our help?
Hold on. The group of people we saw in the corridors just now. There was someone missing. Where's our Beto?
Right.
He's part of the
captain of the investigation team. But we didn't see him out there.
A keen observation, Sword. That happens to be exactly why I called you here. In the upcoming trial against Captain Albedo, we will do our utmost to understand the facts of this case and deliver a fair and impartial verdict.
Albedo is the one on trial? What did he do?
Jean, it's time. Understood. Sora, Paimon, come with me. Yay. Lol. Ooh, the suspense music. Interesting. Look, please sit wherever you like. Only ask that you remain calm. No matter what you hear, I need to head over there. Don't worry, the trial will be fair. Now that everyone is gathered, let us begin. The Grandmaster Vodka, away from us that for the time being. Alright, Gene. Gun holder. Holder? I think gun holder. Will oversee today's proceedings. Mr. Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Avonius, will serve as assessor. As representatives of our respective organizations, we will ensure a just verdict in this case.
Oh, that's a new face. Deacon of the church. Does that mean he works with Barbara and Rosaria?
The defendant in today's case is captain of the investigation team, Albedo. Albedo, what did you do? Certain aspects of this case are classified, and it remains uncertain whether the alleged victims are citizens amongst that. As such, this trial is not open to the public. The identities of the victims are still unknown. Strange. If guilt is established in this case, all facts will be made public after the final verdict is delivered. Now, Captain of the logistics company, Miss Hertha, will present the charges. The court appoints Miss Kaya to speak on Miss Alberta's behalf. Are both parties ready to proceed? Yes.
Ready to proceed.
Miss Hertha, the floor is yours.
Prior to this trial, the Knights of Favonius, in conjunction with the church, launched an investigation into Mr. Albedo for suspected murder and unlawful disposal of human remains.
Oh.
Murder?
A witness stated that, 11 days ago, in the middle of the night, she saw the defendant southeast of the city gates, dragging a large object she later identified as a human body.
Is this still based off of what's it call it? From the fake Albedo? Fake Albedo? What's it call it? And then like they just mutated and multiplied?
There's no way!
Mutated and multiplied to more than one fake Albedo?
We now call that witness to the stand.
Human, I guess.
Beatrice, please tell us what you saw.
Beatrice, so is that what she was trying to tell Quinn earlier?
Well, I was out late that night on business. And when I came back, I saw someone in the moonlight that looked like Mr. Albedo. He was dragging a huge bag of some kind. I thought it was strange, so I followed him. Then, there was a sudden flash of golden light. The bag opened, and inside there was a body. Mr. Albedo's vision allows him to manipulate the ground with ease. So he buried it, and then removed any traces on the ground. Before he left, it seemed like he looked in my direction. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was terrified thinking he might kill me too. Luckily, he didn't see me.
Now turn to the defendant. Describe your whereabouts that night. I was working in my office on the second floor of the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's right. The next day, the defendant submitted his latest environmental report on the Dragonspine region. Considering the length of the text, it must have taken a suitable amount of time to finish.
Can anyone attest to the fact that the defendant was working in his office that night?
No.
Then the length of the report is not a sufficient alibi.
This isn't looking good.
If the crime did occur as you described, then what about the body? You mentioned the joint investigation. Well, was the body recovered?
Not yet.
In other words, you dug in the location Miss Beatrice described and found nothing? You don't find that suspicious?
I know what I saw. I'm telling the truth, Miss Hertha, I swear. Also, didn't you say that speaking out would help protect the people of Mondstadt? Otherwise, I'd never put myself out here like this.
You're doing the right thing. Besides, the investigation wasn't fruitless. A single man's shoe and a torn piece of fabric were found in the bushes near the crime scene. The same location the witness described. If no crime occurred, then is all this just a coincidence?
And yet, no victim has been identified, correct?
It's true. No one has been reported missing. However, Miss Beatrice harbors no ill will toward the defendant. Her testimony clearly points to a crime, and she has no reason to lie.
Does the defendant wish to say anything in your response? You may believe otherwise, Miss Hunter, but I did not kill a single person. As a knight and the captain of the investigation team, I have a duty to protect my staff and its people. You accuse me of murder, but there's no body or motive.
The defendant raises an important point. Motive. Yet, I must be frank, not all murders are premeditated. Spontaneous conflict can also have unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, I don't intend to prosecute this case on circumstantial evidence alone. Which brings me to the second charge against Mr. Albedo.
Second charge?
Please proceed.
7 days ago, at dawn, a witness saw the defendant dispose of the body of an adult male in the area between Dragonspine and Dawn Winery. I now call the second witness to the stand.
Luke.
Wait, that's...
Luke. Imagine German names. Tell the court what you saw. At around 3:40 in the morning, I saw Mr. Luke dispose of a body beneath the cliff. It was dark, but he used the power of Geo to illuminate his surroundings. From what I can tell, it looks like the body of an adult male, tall and thin, but I couldn't make out the age. He buried the body underneath the cliff and moved out the ground to remove any traces.
We now have accounts from 2 separate witnesses that describe the same modus operandi. Would you call that a coincidence?
I will only inquire as to what Mr. DeLuke was doing in that area so early in the morning. Not the most opportune time for a stroll. Is this such a thing? Dunraven is my home. It's not unusual for me to take a walk in the area. I just happen to be in the right place at the right time. That's all. Mr. Luke is a well-respected figure in Monteside. I see no reason for him to frame Mr. Albedo. Yet the question remains: where are the bodies?
Before you suggest a lack of evidence, Mr. Kaya, you should know. After the defendant left that morning, the witness found this where the body was buried.
And this is what looks like a teeth and femur of a human. Now, it does beg the question: if the burial was fresh, why is there all that remains of the body? But I suppose Mr. Albedo is the only one who can answer that. Careful now, Mr. Luke. I do believe I hear a presumption of guilt in there somewhere.
These remains suggest an accelerated rate of decomposition. Considering the defendant's profession, there's reason to suspect that alchemy is at play here. Both witnesses saw golden light, a known byproduct of alchemy. That's how the defendant destroyed the bodies. The light also explains how the witnesses were able to get a clear view of the events in the dark.
So that's an angle. Alchemy? A logical assessment, but we have a witness of our own. The afternoon before the alleged second murder, Ms. Albedo had a lengthy intellectual exchange with his student, Chuck Cruz. The two were in the library until the next morning. Why did the discussion last so long? Ms. Chuck Cruz was presenting the results of her research. She noticed some flaws in the data and insisted on reviewing her calculations until the next morning with Mr. Albedo present. That's right. We were in the library together.
You're certain Mr. Albedo was present the whole time?
Yes, and I know Mr. Albedo would never kill someone. He could never be that cruel.
Nevertheless, the other witnesses have no reason to lie. Tell me, Miss Sucrose, that meeting in the library, were you awake the whole time? Sounds like a considerable duration to go without sleep.
Oh,
I do hope you can be truthful with us. It concerns the safety of countless Mondstadt citizens. A crime like this cannot go unpunished.
I take it from here. During our meeting, Secruz did fall asleep not long after midnight. It's alright, Secruz. 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 It's alright, Secruz. You don't have to lie for me. This is a sacred place of judgment. The truth is paramount. Mr. Albedo! I see. Then I'm afraid your alibi cannot be substantiated. Do you understand? Yes, I know claiming innocence without proof isn't enough. But the prosecution's argument has its own holes. There's been no mention of a motive, nor what exact method could reduce a human body to those remains.
No conclusive evidence of guilt. But the witness accounts do match to an extent that can't be dismissed. This is a tricky one.
Allow me to submit another piece of evidence. The investigators intercepted one of Mr. Albedo's correspondences. I will now read the pertinent parts to the court.
A correspondence? Oh no, the envelope looks like it belongs to Mr. Albedo. Does look like it belonged to Miss Albedo.
I have never abandoned the subject of human research. In fact, delving deeper into Dragonspine has led me to realize that the concept of life could be further expanded and transformed into that of birth. The mystery of human birth is often linked to death. As such, death is the most suitable material for the creation of new life. To that end, we must engage in a process of putrefaction and refinement.
Putrefaction and refinement.
Is that in reference to an alchemical process?
The letter continues. Experimental trials have been carried out in the northwestern part of Dragonspine, in the area southeast of Mondstadt's main gate. The data is as expected. Just as you endeavored to do, I too shall take up the path of creation and break through current limitations to reach a new realm of living beings.
Our sister investigators have confirmed this to be the defendant's handwritings and that the letter makes more than passing mention of putrefaction and refinement?
Correct. Not to mention, the locations indicated in the letter match both crime scenes. What more can we trust than the defendant's own words?
No, it can't be true.
I can't believe this.
A guilty verdict cannot be delivered without sufficient evidence.
He wanted to say
in
something.
order to protect all parties involved. That is what our principles demand. My original assessment was that we lacked said evidence. But now, it seems the only remaining questions are the identities of the victims and the specific alchemical process used in this case.
Then we are in agreement. The evidence is conclusive on the charges of murder and unlawful disposal of human remains. The court finds the defendant guilty. The people in attendance appear shocked. No one can believe a kind and well-mannered person like Albedo could commit such a crime. Jean stipulates that those unsatisfied with the verdict will have time to submit an objection or appeal, but most appear hopeless in this moment. As you watch Beto being taken back to headquarters, you get a strange feeling that something hidden is about to come to light. All comes back to the letter, a secret that you and Albedo know all too well, but the people amongst that have yet to discover the doppelganger.
Why would Albedo do something like that? Oh, this has to be a nightmare.
Paimon, seriously? Better tell me his secret once, that he was a synthetic human created through alchemy. Could that have something to do with this case? But what? Follow Ryan daughter's footsteps just because he's a alchemical creation? That will only make him more suspicious. Right, this took a turn for the verse.
Rosaria! Oh, when did you get here?
I've been here the whole time. I happen to have a message to pass along. For us? Yes, you need it at Starsnatch Cliff. He's waiting for you there.
Who is he?
You'll know when you get there. Go on now. Time is like the wind. It waits for no one. Ooh. Getting good. It's Dahlia, isn't it? Dahlia? Dahlia. 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 Yeah. I think it's Dahlia. Can I watch when they pass me? Do you like quickly go over and read those verses? Current stories and relate to your past adventures you would like to? I already know. Shadows on Miss Snowstorm. If you found my mental on the actual, we get the research. There's a come to know get the research. Then stuff. Then we're going to want to negotiate with. I'll tell you the truth. I never said to come to after I said, there's a print after I said again, but I know maybe I was asking it. Every time you look at it, that's why I know time to lead the shot away. He attacks you upon me to cover you. Able to confront the president with serious figure. The president of one. You're about the shoes and being ambush, hunting, and being hunted. In the end, I bet they'll limit their time. We tell you what plan position him. Yet there were more than 2 people wearing their face on the mountain. Doppelganger. Yeah, I remember.
Take me up.
I haven't played her in a minute. But first, bonus bow. You know, I want to level up. I want to level up these. Hold up. Wait, wrong thing. Oh, I got my dinosaurs. Probably do it next week. Level up. Let's go a little bit next week. Like, I want to give her the what's it called, because it would give more. Create channels on a small amount elemental particles which generates wonders amidst 6 matter 6% increase attack and increase let's see. What for what's on wait. It was just all 4 items consumed. Wait, what is that? When it hits an opponent, then sizzle. When it got all 4 and consumed. And then let's call it increase elemental mastery by 100 and attack by 20%. And I'm gonna level these up like later. I'm gonna level these up like next week. My new thing is probably gonna be playing as let's call it right quick. No hairless still, but like since what's call it, kinda gotta get what's call it. Get evasive maneuvers. So be chilling. Let me see something. Oh, here's stuff.
Huh?
Lost prayers, map of mirror, sacrificial. Oh, lost prayer. Alright. Now, I can just teleport to the thing. Oh, if I do teleport to the thing, I'm gonna stop by and... Uh-oh. Stop by and do this. Dang, I'm running out of whatchamacallits. I need to do a whole form later. And I might end stream, like, after this next cutscene, because I gotta go. Go right here, because that's underneath the cliff.
Mind the wind.
Oh, it's a shortcut. Oh, there's a shortcut for here. We teleported here. Huh. Luckily enough. I kinda don't need it. Because I got Natland characters. Oh, Venti. Not Dahlia. There's Venti. Makes more sense.
Traveler, Paimon! I could hear your arrival upon the wind. Were you looking for me?
I mean, yes. But you asked for us.
Venti, did you send us that message?
No, I did.
Oh, so it's both.
Whoa!
It's
Where
both.
did you come from? Wait, Venti, do you know this guy? His name is, what is his name again?
Didn't think I was that unmemorable. I'm Dahlia, Deacon of the Church of Favonius, and Herald of the Animo Archon Barbados. Not gonna forget next time, right?
Dahlia, so you called us here so we could meet with Venti?
That's right. I noticed you during the trial. The legendary honorary knight.
Yes.
You seem to have a lot of thoughts on your minds, so I thought we should have a chat. After all, I am the Herald of Barbados. If the people of Mondstadt are in danger, I should keep the Animo Archon in the loop.
Mm-hmm.
Wait then, you know about...
You already know?
About what? The fact that my tavern-hopping nomad of a friend is Barbados himself?
Oh, cool.
Don't worry, Dahlia and I are close. He knows everything. Besides, a god needs someone to communicate their will in a formal setting, and no one does that better than Dahlia.
Not that I saw that coming when we first met. But back to the matter at hand. I believe you two already know about Albedo's background.
If we mean his true identity, then yes, we do.
So, you know too, Venti? That's surprisingly Archon-like of you.
Wait, pull up. Alberta's background, yeah.
Well, I knew from the moment Daughter and Alice brought Albedo to Mondstadt. When those two are in town, no one can afford to slack off. The Kryda Prince, a perfect specimen of synthetic life. At this stage of the case, there are countless questions surrounding Albedo's motive. His true identity is a potential weakness.
A synthetic being loses control of their sanity and goes on a killing spree. That's how a novel would frame the story, and people are inclined to agree.
Albedo has told us before that humans often value the ordinary over the transcendent and miraculous.
And the slightest difference is perceived as other. A very common phenomenon.
Which means we need to find a way to help your friend.
What do you know about the situation, Venti?
Me? Well, I know that Albedo is a synthetic being, and that a lot of strange things have been happening in Mondstadt, even though Windbloom should be about drinking and having fun.
We noticed that too! The minute we got here, something was off.
There's a strange portal to the side of the gate. Also.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious.
When
Oh.
no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
Need to pee. I decided to get something to drink on my AFK, and now I gotta pee. Be right back.
I've picked up on most of those too. Miles is out of sorts. Beatrice seems anxious. Although I didn't know Donna stopped being interested in Master Diluc.
Be right back. First man. Alright, I'm back.
What are you getting at, Tone Deaf Bard?
Oh, just making a comment. There are always unavoidable trials in life. At least, that's what Barbados would say. A certain someone is going to need to overcome a trial like that. In such cases, even the Seven know better than to tamper with fate. If only there was a brave soul willing to aid their friend in his time of need. Should he meet a terrible fate, all of Mondstadt could be worse for it.
If you wanted our help, you could have just asked, you know.
Hold up, 2 seconds. You know what's that? No, okay.
When no love remains for the songs to tell, the world becomes naught but an empty shell. Cruel is said fate, cruel it may be, were it not for a hero who could set us all free.
Okay. Yeah. I get it now.
Well, even if Albedo wasn't at the center of this case, protecting Mondstadt is part of being an honorary knight, right? You'll still have help, of course, which is why I prepared a little surprise. Behold!
Paimon remembers that Jumpy Dumpty!
Oh, wow.
Don't worry, I removed the fuse, so it's not going to explode. Say hello to the Dodo communication device.
So, this thing belongs to you now?
We're old pals. Don't think she'd care if I borrowed it for a few days. Anyway, this invention, with a little help from a trick of mine, will allow us to keep in touch. Just take it out and we can chat.
Cool. We'll do our best to uncover the truth.
That's all I ask. No matter what comes, you have the wind on your side.
Right times. Got a little bit more time. But
I suppose we're old pals too at this point.
Indeed. Your companionship is like a breeze that lingers in the air, warm and familiar.
In all this time, I've never witnessed Lord Barbados approach anything in a serious manner. Perhaps this time, I'm in for something special.
Barbados? Serious? Oh, you give him too much credit.
Hardly. It's not blind faith, you know. I've always had unwavering belief in the Animo Archon.
Is that so? Oh, I wonder what Barbados thinks about that. You should pray to him and find out.
Good idea. I'll tell him I still haven't deciphered his drunken musings from our 3 trips to the tavern last month. His wisdom is sure to reveal itself in time.
Oh, you know what? Forget about Barbados, Dahlia. Treat me to a drink instead. You wouldn't refuse me, would you?
A dear friend like you? Never.
I was just thinking, I was just thinking how this community is weird. Just 2 twinks, you know, 2 twink best friends. That's all I can think of. I don't have that much brain power right now. I'm too busy being in a hurry to. Yeah. Anyway. Back to here. Oh, yeah. Thanks. Anyway. I know you all must be shocked, but the evidence is solid. Albedo's situation is not looking good.
I still don't believe Albedo would do something like that. Using living people as alchemical test subjects? It's like something out of a novel.
Perhaps it's best for me to remain impartial, but I've worked with Albedo before. He's an alchemist, not a sadist.
This version of events is as hard for me to accept as anyone, but Vodka once said Albedo is very different from the rest of us. Perhaps there are things we still need to learn about him. Let's see what Albedo has to say for himself first. Will you mind giving me a moment, everyone? A private matter requires my attention.
Hey, Jean!
So, Paimon, perfect timing. Kaya has a favor to ask. Like Jean said after the verdict, we have time to submit an appeal, and I will do my utmost to convince Albedo to accept it. He's been acting strange, and I read him for the life of me, but I need you two to start investigating the case. Investigate the case? Yes. Also time for you to get involved. Do you want us to join a joint investigation? Or are you sure? We're just adventurers after all. As well as honorary members of the Knights of Favonius and Albedo's friends. Kai and I already had an official involvement in this case. We need a pair of fresh eyes. I know it's against the spirit of the season to task you with this, but Albedo is a trusted member of our ranks. We owe him the benefit of the doubt. Understood. I'll look into the case on my own. I know you'll get to the bottom of this, Sora. You never failed us in our time of need.
But what if the accusations turn out to be true?
Then you will have done Monster a great service all the same. I'm expecting a retrial Until then, you're welcome to have a look around Alberto's office on the second floor. I'm counting on you. You agree enough, we count on you. Let's go. Is it finally physical? It's probably only finally physical for just this mission, huh? Yep. Only finally physical just for the mission.
Let's go.
Not land characters are the best.
Wait, Captain Kaya! Surely I can't just...
These two are here on James' orders. She asked them to investigate Alberto's office.
Oh, in that case, head on in.
So this is Albedo's office. Pretty much exactly how Paimon pictured it.
Alright. I have some work of my own, so I'll leave you two to it. Good luck.
Right back at ya.
Oh. Meh.
Up and away!
Nope, nothing there.
Nothing personal.
I did not mean to press that. Huh, it's here. I can't read that. I don't know how to read. It's up here. No?
Let's go.
Okay. Ooh, what's all this? Potions. Messes. What up? Ooh. Hello.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Investigate the book. Oh. We made a new what's it called over. Let's get the research notes. Test tube. Test on the box. There's a stack of books on the desk. Most like environmental life science. Some pages have a mark like symbols of S-shaped or triangle symbols on them.
Wow, these books are so fancy. Albedo must have gone to great lengths to get them.
Test tube on the shelf with some black powder residue at the bottom. Next to lies a new note. Chalk is the next stage after soil, but current vitamins are still this physically constructed, stable.
Nope, no idea what that means. Not sure if it's too hard for Paimon or too hard for anyone outside this line of work.
Investigate this book again. Move the book that looks almost empty. And slip move the book because I strike the dash shut and north bit unusual. Subtle, but spinning eventually sounds too hollow, almost like pointing within the desk. Not yet. Everybody's in the desk. Last bear sound rare and then pointed that it lies within the box, likely. And then pointed so that it lies within the box. Man's like, what's his time? Now the lid. Man's wide open, that's what the owner's force leave from her and then to unlock it. That's the letter intercepted by the investigator. Was once stored here. The remaining contents hold much weight as exclusive evidence, but you still get a strange feeling after reviewing them. And against permission, in addition, I do hope to have some information on the subject. about less discussing the materials and arcane information class for human change mutation. Much of these like kind of relevant document will make change of time, so I can guarantee the errors of mission. I thank for your past system because we could with this that's may I support your pursuit and research. Ethics aside, I'm not convinced it even possibly create human who exist identical to our own. The idea that the dynamic of creator and creation could exist within the same species is cause for concern. Even with a test talent like yours, I must urge you to proceed with caution. Series below is also the name. One spell on argument books nearby. The scan on the proof class line there's an old accomplice alchemist. The person is like wearing my better focus you on a better not to us on the frame from conducting dangerous research.
Human transmutation? Is Albedo seriously looking into that? Ooh, Paimon doesn't want to think about that.
Look good, but this letter can't urge to prove anything. Besides, a technique like that must be too dangerous to share with the public, right? That's why it wasn't brought up during the trial. Fair enough, later on, there's something one me before, but content is different this time. As has been said, come so, but from the person we got the counter simulation to the life like and use the target with decay in a extreme short time period, turning into the nearly invisible to the naked eye for the space into the air. After this.
Wait, it looks like there's a hidden compartment under the desk.
There does appear to be a compartment added to one side of the desk. It's very, very hidden. Mechanisms complexity seem to involve elemental power in some way. Perhaps we could try using the power of Geo. The compartment opens. Inside lies a piece of paper with more information. Festering is also a manifestation of rot. When festering forces in a substantial amount of life energy collide, the two will repel each other, triggering a powerful side effect. When I tested this in the chemical experiment, the result refinement was startling. Breaking through the cycles of life, the simulation of the project, I must take advantage of this opportunity.
The name of the project is blotted out in ink. What could it be?
The note missing festering forces was just a dragon spine could be involved somehow. If this has something to do with creating state of life, well, I better go that far for one of his experiments? No, that couldn't be. Amidst the notes, about a few markings on it, two mark casings correspond to the crime scene. There appear to be a dragon spine. So, under the hill, so by the pond, down the street, under the south of the mountain, southeast of Don Winery and Dragon Spawn. It's gonna automatically give them the thing, right? Hard pill to swallow, but the results of the investigation are correct. These could be body hidden in the last occasion, at least what remains of one.
What does this mean? Oh, do you think something might also be buried at the last location? Alright, that seems to be it for this place. We should go tell Jean what we found.
Dodo. 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 Dodo.
Oh, Vent is calling. Let's answer.
How's the investigation going? Find anything?
Oh, we found stuff, all right. Stuff that only makes Albedo look even more suspicious.
Is he gonna tell us not to talk to Jean or tell Jean that we didn't find
I
anything?
see. So, Albedo's researching something that doesn't help his case, huh? Not promising. We should be grateful Albedo's true identity remains hidden. If it gets out that he's one of Rhindaughter's creations, there'd be no separating him from her past. As we both know, Rhindaughter's approach to alchemy and ethics was pure madness, and the evidence you just found, let's just say it could convince even those closest to him of his guilt. Perhaps even you.
I don't think the handwriting was faked. The notes also sounded like him.
Then it comes down to trust. Do you trust Albedo?
I do.
Yeah, he's our friend. We should keep the faith. And if he really is the culprit, he must have had a reason, right? Maybe he's just not allowed to talk about it. Yeah, that must be it.
Either way, a fair investigation means coming to a conclusion presented by the facts.
Does that mean Vinci no longer believes in him?
Remaining objective has its own value. Remember, none of this is your fault. Just report back with an honest assessment of the facts.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, let's go find Jean and tell her what we learned. Wait, that's Miles. What's he doing here?
Oh, sorry. I heard voices and wasn't sure if I should check who was inside.
It's okay. We're here on Jean's orders.
Ah, I see. I'll, leave you to it then.
Jump to the Meta Mouse?
Hold on. You didn't hear what we were saying, did you?
Oh, not really. Nothing that made sense anyway.
Well, do us a favor and just forget anything you might have heard, okay?
Oh, sure. You got it.
That map we found in the hidden compartment seems important. We should check out the marked locations.
Investigate. Get investigating up.
Alright, let's see what we can find.
Investigate everything. That's if you wanted to. Whatchamacallit.
Yeah.
Gotta go soon.
Since you have Master Jean's permission, you're free to invest.
Right. Okay. So we go to the map, then we. Oh, it's not gonna allow me to, huh? It allows me to. Cool. Just above it, right? Yeah. Gotta go soon. Just brain. Writing. Anyway. Fly. Like a butterfly. Fly. Butterfly. Matter of fact, hold on. I want to see something. Okay, so. Oh, right, I forgot about this. The share code thing.
We should be getting close. Oh, look over there! Something seems off.
Ooh. Although everything is covered in snow, season, eventually you notice a spot on the ground that looks quite different from the surroundings. You move the snow and find a sizable hole underneath, large enough to fit a human body. But the hole is completely empty, and the shining marks make it look like something was dug up. Can an animal do this, or some monster?
Weird. There's a hole, but no body. The prosecution's argument is that Albedo used alchemy to destroy the bodies. But this location is different from the other two. Why not fill the hole? Or smooth out the ground like the other places?
And one person did all of this. Why not remove the traces like the others? And if Beto isn't the one responsible, why was this location marked in his notes? Let's run this. Doubts rolling in your mind. You're back. Did you find anything?
Yeah, but none of it helps Albedo's case.
Judging about your findings from Alberto's office. I see. A complicated result, but your efforts are appreciated. Did Alberto submit an appeal? Yes, he asked for a retrial. There are still questions surrounding the identities of the victims and the disappearance of the bodies. The minimum remains that were uncovered have been sent for forensic analysis, which should provide some answers. It's just...
What's wrong?
The victims turns out to be monster citizens. The situation become all the more serious. The second trial will likely have to be open to the public. And I doubt public sentiment will be in Albedo's favor.
Yeah, not when the charges are so serious.
The second trial is set to take place in 2 days. I hope you consider attending this one as well.
Of course, we'll be there. In the meantime, we should all just stay positive.
Well said. Then the time comes, I'll carry out my duty to the best of my ability. Mouse. Great, 2 days later. Might end it here. Might do some filler stuff and just mess around for like the next 3 minutes or so. 2 minutes. Just for the heck of it. Gotta go. I wanna be back soon. But that's what I'm ending part 1 on. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. I said subscribe already. Subscribe to my YouTube. What else? That's more or less it. So, thanks for watching.